to my family, my cosmic family. I love my family. You are my family. We ain't gotta have blood, but just know it's all love. I really wanna give you a hug, so speak whatever you need to speak. You gotta open up your throat chakra. You gotta motherfucking release. Don't let nobody have that much power over you to where you can't even speak about your shit. On your shit, you better let them know you got it like that. So come on, baby, to the channel.
Greetings, grand rising, my beautiful cosmic family. I know I'm far away, but y'all see me, I just did my retwist. Yeah, but as I was doing my retwist for the last few days, a part of my past been coming up for me to do a story time. And then somebody I was talking to had asked me about this scar up under my lip. I don't know if y'all can see it, but right here. Don't mind my skin. I noticed my skin been shedding. Like when I wake up, I got black sheets this time. So when I wake up, I be like, what the fuck is all these crumbs in my bed? What the fuck? I ain't been eating in my room. But it's my skin shedding and stuff like that from the weather changing. So all the old skin is coming off. So that's why I've been having skin issues. And I'm like, why is it so dry up under here? So my face look greasy because I slapped some Vaseline on her after I washed my face for the second time. Because I'm so sick of this dry skin shit. Anywho, let's get into it. So I'm gonna do a story time about when I was 11 years old, well 10 years old, and I was in a tragic house explosion with me, my mother, my mom, my siblings, my sister, she was like 4, my brother, and my mother's friend. So moments before this house explosion, it actually happened when we were asleep, and I'm a very light sleeper to this day. I sleep so light, so I never knew how that even came up to where I couldn't wake up while it was going on. So moments before the disaster, I'm gonna give y'all a glimpse of the night before. For some reason this was a house that we were struggling at super bad. Well, especially my mom. She was struggling really bad. We didn't have hot water or heat, so it was really cold in the house. So we always used to be in one room with the heater on. So yeah, that happened. So this one particular night, she praying in her Bible the whole night, and my brother downstairs fixing the TV. For some reason, he ended up getting cable to start working, so I'm watching Cartoon Network. I'm down there watching Cartoon Network all night. Like, me and him was watching, then he went upstairs. But my mom had this white friend, and he was hooking up our gas illegal. And by him doing it, and this is not to bash my mom or anything like that, everybody that went through a struggle before, especially living in the city of Detroit. Everybody that probably went through that time in life where they had to get something legal put on because it was so cold or something. So I'm laying on the couch, he's still fixing up, so the heat come on, it's feeling good as hell. Like the heat is on, we feeling good, watching cartoon, I'm loving the time. So I'm dozing off on the couch. I'm dozing off. And I'm not sure why I'm so sleepy like that, but I try to stay up as much as I can, so I just doze off. You know what I think? I think it was carbon dioxide in the house. And instead of it killing us, it blew the house up type shit. Like, that's what I was getting. That's what I just got a little bit. So I'm sitting on the couch, and I opening my eyes. I'm still tired. I'm like 10 years old. This white man on the side of me sitting next to me, he ended up leaving. I was like, thank you. So I ended up going into a deep sleep. So my mom kept sending her one friend down there, this really wicked woman. They so wicked. They teammates in their wickedness. I swear, both of them, because they still deal with each other to this day. And they was sending shit my way. And that's why they getting their karma to that. But anywho, she kept sending her down there to come wake me up and tell me to come upstairs. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna sleep down here, because I really wanted to sleep by the TV so I could have access to it. And also, I just wanted to sleep down there. But she just kept calling me up there. So the last final time she came and got me, I came up there. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna just come up there. I end up getting up there. I'm sleeping. All my clothes. I got on some jeans, a shirt, my little SpongeBob shirt. I'll never forget it. My jeans, my SpongeBob shirt. Because I only had like 3 outfits that whole house we lived there. So I get on the floor. So when I come up there, she in the room, they praying. She got the Bible open, this real big Bible she used to have, and she used to read us the scriptures and stuff like that when she was mad. Or she just read the scriptures. And I used to like the pictures in the big old Bible. That's one thing I used to like. But in this big old Bible, I can't help but think of it now that I'm grown and I look back on it and I'm more like in my like element of growth. I look back on it, it just looked so wicked now that I look back in that part of that scenario now. Because when I walked up there, she had like this smirk on her face, but she was being really nice. But my brother slept in the bed with her and my sister slept in the bed with her because them was 2 her favorite. My brother was her favorite and my sister was her favorite. Well, she act like they was her favorites. Maybe my little sister still is. I don't know. Because I learned a narcissist parent don't have no favorite siblings. What they do is they try to use the favoritism scenario to create jealousy and envy and anger within the chosen child. So that the narcissist parent don't really have no favorites. She just play like she have a favorite in order to keep them like bumping heads and going at it with each other. I just learned this from somebody. I read it. So I kind of figured that. I feel that because she didn't attack all of her kids at one point. Yeah. Anyhow, so I lay down. I get up there. I lay down. She's still praying. I'm asleep. She praying, and I go into this deep sleep. And I'm so deep. And listen, to this day, I'm a light sleeper. Can't shit get past me in my sleep. And if I'm sleeping deep, that means I'm either A, drained and tired because I just did some shit with the babies that whole day, or 2, somebody in my house don't need to be in my house, flat out. So I'm sleeping. I can hear her still praying. I'm gonna sleep. So it's like I only was asleep for like 2 minutes. So I end up, I feel myself floating, like somebody, like I'm floating. And I feel like this heat, but it's nothing like really killing me. I just feel some heat. And I can hear a lot of commotion, like crumbling and shit. So I'm trying to wake up because the explosion happened around at least 6 or 7 in the morning. So I'm trying to open my eyes. I can't, but I can hear everything. So when I'm finally able to open my eyes, blood just started coming out my mouth, coming out my nose. And I'm looking around, I'm like, what the fuck? The only thing I can say is, like this. Like I couldn't even scream it. I was just like, and for some reason, the lady across the street, she was a church lady. She was on her way to church. She actually a pastor's wife. And when I said, that second time, she ran over there. Like, this woman is an angel, and I never forget her because she really saved my life. So I'm laying down in the fire. I feel it burning me, but I'm not doing nothing about it. I'm looking like. So I tried to get up. I'm like, and I'm little. I ain't had no weight on me or nothing. I probably was a little firm, but I wasn't super big. I was really, really little, petite, with a little bit of chunkiness on me. That's about it at probably 9, 10, 11. So I'm trying to get up. I couldn't. So when I'm getting up, I'm dropping back down. I'm like, what the fuck? My wrist was broke. Pelvic bone was broke. Ankle was fractured. Knee was fractured. Neck was fractured. Lip busted open from the rooter to the tutor. Feet burnt off damn near. I could see my bones walking across the street. So let me get to that point. So she over there, she like, come on, get up, get up. The fire coming towards you. And she pulling the wood off me. And I see the fire coming towards me. But I'm still like, I can't get up. She like, get up. Yes, you can. I'm like, I can't. I'm trying. She like, come on, you got to help me. You big. You know, she was a real short, older lady. So I was really heavy to her. So she like, come on, you big. I can't get you up like that right now, baby. My back, da, da, da. She like, but come on, I'm not leaving you. I'm like, just leave me. I can't. Just leave me. I'm just going to stay here. She like, no, I'm not leaving you here. As I look back on it, I can't believe that I really sat there and said, just leave me. because I would rather die. I would have rather died than get up because it was so painful, because everything was dislocated in my body. And she was like, no, I ain't leaving you. And when she said that, I got up. She grabbing me on this arm. This the shoulder that was fucked up too. She grabbing me on this arm, helping me up. But I feel something grab me on this arm. But I looked over and I see nothing from my visual. But I get up anyway. I'm like, fuck it, somebody helping me. So I get up and I just hopped up like nothing ever happened. And I'm walking through the fire. And you can't tell me I'm not motherfucking strong and powerful the way I walked through that burning fire. The way I walked through that motherfucking fire. You can't tell me my life is not destined. Don't tell me you ain't walked through my motherfucking shoes. I had to walk through burning wood. Burning fire. Imagine being 10 years old, walking through burning fire. Barefoot. I'm walking, man, this shit burning, but I ain't give a fuck. I didn't really feel it because it was cold outside too. It was snowing and stuff. So she finally get me over there, and once I sit down, she tried to take me up the stairs. I said, I can't get in there. Everybody on the block house the windows was blew out. I couldn't get in there. So I was like, just leave me right here. I sit on the porch. So the EMS came. Everybody coming outside, coming to hug us like, y'all okay? People crying. It just, when I'm looking, everybody talking to me, but I'm looking at this house. Our house is nothing there no more. It's all fire. And then when I was walking out the fire blazed up like whoosh. And it blew up again like boom. And everybody was like, oh my God. And I'm just sitting there looking at this fire like, what the fuck? This is our house? I was just in there. So I'm mind blown, but I'm still like, and I'm not gonna lie, at that particular house, I was always a scary kid. I always used to hear spirits, hear stuff. But at this house, I started awakening at 10 years old. Because I catch myself in the kitchen cooking. And I know what the fuck shit was. And I'm like, this is vanilla extra, this cinnamon, this sugar. And then I catch myself like, how did I know what this was? And then I asked Mom, like, Mom, what is this? She's like, oh, that's vanilla. I'd be like, but I never told nothing to nobody. I just was going through things in my life, and I would never really explain to her, because that was a time when I was being very abused too in that house. That house is when my mother really took off with the abuse, like started choking me, you know, making me stay in the room. It was a lot of stuff going on at that house. So when the explosion happened, I'm sitting on the porch, the EMS get there. Once the EMS get there, me and my brother and mind you, my brother probably only fractured his arm or something like that and had one burn mark on right here. My mother was really fucked up, they said. She was really fucked up. But when I got out the explosion, I couldn't help but notice when I was walking across the street, I see my mother in there. She had a cover wrapped around her. And she was looking at me like baby or something, and she was saying something. But I never forget how her face looked. Like it looked like she knew this was gonna happen. I don't know what was going through her head, but not to blame nobody. Everything happened for a reason. So we get to the hospital. When we get to the hospital, it's like 1 billion of our relatives there. So many of them trying to come see us. My uncle that's in a coma currently right now, he was in there crying like, I can't believe I let this happen. It's all my fault. He was blaming himself for it. I didn't know what the fuck he was blaming himself for. My dad was there. He ended up seeing me. My dad seeing me going on the, I guess, they didn't give me no mirror. So I guess I was looking really fucked up, like a dead body type shit. My little sister almost, they say my little sister was dead. They said it on the news. When they said that on the news, I went crazy in the hospital. I went so crazy. I said, no, I want to go in there with my sister. And once my sister started getting better, they ended up switching my rooms to hers because I was so fucked up and so angry with everything because I wanted to be with my baby sister. I was in the hospital. I want to stop tripping, y'all, until they send me in a room with my little sister. And they sent me in a room with her. That was my way of always checking on her. Her dad was in a room with her all the time. He never left her side. he wouldn't even go home and eat, take a shower, or nothing. So I would just give him some of my food and snacks that people would bring me, and I'd be just like, here, you can have this. Like when I was going through that, and then I remember being in the hospital. I was in the hospital for about 3 to 4 weeks, a long time, man. Children's hospital. And I never forget when I was in the hospital. I could never sleep for real. So I'm up in the phone and watching TV, and I see some children being hungry, and I called. I was crying. I was on the phone crying. I said, I'm in a hospital right now, but I wish I can help and send some money to the kids that's hungry, because I don't like that they hungry and I'm in the hospital. She was like, oh my God, this lady was like an angel. She was on the phone and she was like, oh my God, you in the hospital? Look at me tearing up now, because I'll never forget that. She's like, what's going on? She's like, I was in a house explosion, but I really love children, and I'm so thankful that I'm okay. So I ended up getting off the phone with her, like, yo, when I was 10 years old, up in them ages, since I could remember, I probably had a few bad moments in my life when I was just bad and following after other people. But as I really look back on my childhood, before I started letting people condition me and project on me and I'm turning on people because of what they doing to me and turning evil because they evil to me. Before all of that, I am and still is, but I was the sweetest little girl. Like, I wouldn't hurt a fly. I couldn't hurt a bug. Like, I was the sweetest fucking piece of child you can ever think of. I felt every emotion people felt. I felt like I could change the world. I felt like I wanted to help everybody. I could never understand why everybody hated me and hurt me when I was so sweet to everybody, right? So my granddaddy always came to the hospital. He came to the hospital every day. My granddad didn't miss a beat. That is my rock. That is my soul tribe member. That man right there, that man gave me a love I ain't never felt until I had children. That was my real father. That was my father. That the one that I was left with, he don't compare to my granddad. My granddad, man. When I say that house explosion took my granddad out, and he was there every day. But more of the story, that's how I ended up getting this. My teeth went through my lip. That's why my teeth is crooked. My teeth was bent. I was torn up. But Spirit later down the line told me that it was a sacrifice. It was a sacrifice for all of us to gain, for that person to gain more financially, but it couldn't happen the way it's supposed to happen, because when it blew up, the universe saved us. Mother Nature saved us. We were supposed to be saved, especially me. Not saying my life is more greater than theirs, but I'm saying this coming from my perspective. So, especially me, I was meant to be here. And for all the doctors that helped me out, they were angels. All the nurses that helped us out were angels. My brother had his whole school there. Like, everybody loved my brother. I just want to say, I remember my brother flipped out some years down the line later. My brother flipped out, and they was blaming my mother was supposed to blame him, said he turned on the dryer, and that's how the house blew up. But that was a lie, because I was there. The way the house blew up because somebody that you told to hook the gas up illegally hooked the gas up, and that's how our house blew up. It had nothing to do with my brother. So them years, my brother was crying, hurt, like, damn, blaming me. And he ended up telling me some stuff spiritually at his one house we stayed in. Like, man, that was a sacrifice for us, man. And I never believed him until I started really waking up. See, they always make the ones that really see through everything like they're crazy. That's why he keep being in and out of jail, because that's what the fake people wanted him to have, because he really see a lot of shit. He really seen a lot of shit. He really felt a lot of shit. Like, people gotta stop looking at people like him as if they just a threat or they wrong. That ain't right. Anywho, that's all I wanted to say. That was my story time about the house explosion. I was never supposed to have children, but here I am with 2 babies, and I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. And after the house explosion, everything else after that kind of went downhill for me. I was always being attacked by people. My life was always under attack, where it was almost somebody unaliving me or ending me as a kid. I'm going house to house to house to house. My mother attacks got deeper and worse, to the point where I was always bruised up, blood clots in my eyes. So that goes to show even more that was a spiritual attack on not just my siblings, but me. Because everything got worse after that. You would think because we were all in a house explosion that we would hover and love on each other a lot more due to the fact that we went through that. Instead, it created a love-hate bondage to where I was always being attacked. That's why, as I look back at it now, I say, my life is way more powerful than it seems. I will never forget the smell of that fire. Every blue moon, every few years, I get that smell again in my nose. I will never forget the smell of that. It smelled like burning flesh, burning death. It felt like hell. That's what it really felt like, hell. And my brother was doing some real wicked shit at that house too, but it was like some hell shit type shit, y'all. It was really hell. And I would never forget walking through them flames. Like, and I felt my pelvic bone unattached, so it's like I'm walking, wiggling, trying to stay off that leg. Like, man, when I say I'm so thankful to be here, my life, I'm so thankful for everything in my life. I thank my ancestors. I thank every single body that came towards me and shoveled and handled me with so much love and care. I'm so thankful, because all those attacks were for a reason. Because now it just showed me today, in today's reality, how important my life really is and how powerful I really am. To be getting attacks since 10, probably earlier than that, you never know. But getting attacks since 10 on up. And they didn't stop. They got worser. Until I was like 15, 16, and I started fighting motherfuckers back. Like, I stopped being Jesus around them ages. I started really fighting back. Like, everybody, my mother, when they still attack me, you're not supposed to hit your mom. You're supposed, man, you see my eye? Blood clot in my eye. You see my nose busted. You see my lips swelled up to here. Nigga, she was trying to throw me down some base stairs. She was trying to kill me. You think I'm supposed to just lay there and let her kill me? Hell, fuck no, bitch. You got some shit going on. Boop, boop, boop. Even though I still didn't win, I got a few hits in, though. Like, shit, fuck that, Jesus. I'm not walking in them sandals no more. So, yeah, like, I know I'm laughing, but that's like a nervous laugh. Not really nervous, but a laugh like, damn. You really overcame all of that. And you still blossom, and you still beautiful and kind to people. You still won't really hurt a fly, but you will fuck a motherfucker up. They come fuck with you because you've been boxing. You've been practicing for some years, huh? Yeah. You still will go to war over you and your family. You still living a testimony. You still waking this planet up. You still raising your vibrations. You still ain't falling. And if you do trip and fall, you get back up. You know what the man down the street told me when I walked the store? He said, God got something for you. And I truly see it and believe it. He or she, Mother Nature, Ra, I know they got something for me. They always had it for me. They knew who I truly am in the inside. They know who I truly am. They know the mistakes that I've made. And I know because I'm supposed to make those mistakes to learn what I'm learning now. I love you all. Peace and love and blissfulness. Ashe to those around the globe. Ashe, ashe, ashe to the ancestors. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how y'all feeling it. Thank you for the new subscribers. I see you and I love you and I believe in you. Okay.